1971 Hanoi and Red River Delta flood was a major flooding event that occurred in the same region as the 2020 flood, but several decades earlier. It was one of the worst flooding disasters in Vietnam's history, with an estimated death toll of between 100,000 to 230,000 people. A little interruption. Please subscribe on the channel to support me. Thanks. Several factors contributed to the high death toll during the 1971 Hanoi and Red River Delta flood. The region was densely populated, with many people living in low-lying areas close to the river, which made them particularly vulnerable to flooding. The scale of the flood was unprecedented, with large areas of land inundated and many villages and towns completely submerged. The floodwaters rose rapidly and without warning, giving people little time to evacuate or seek shelter. The Vietnamese government at the time was dealing with a range of other challenges, including the ongoing Vietnam War, which may have hampered their ability to respond to the disaster effectively. There were also reports of widespread looting and violence during the flood, which further exacerbated the situation and made it difficult for people to access food, water, and medical supplies. These factors contributed to the high death toll during the 1971 Hanoi and Red River Delta flood, making it one of the deadliest natural disasters in Vietnam's history. The Hanoi and Red River Delta flood was caused by a combination of factors, including heavy rainfall, dam releases, and the region's topography. In the summer of 1971, a tropical storm hit the region, bringing heavy rainfall to northern Vietnam. This rainfall was exacerbated by the fact that the Red River Delta region has a flat topography, which means that water can accumulate quickly and easily in low-lying areas. At the same time, upstream dams released water to prevent their reservoirs from overflowing, which contributed to the volume of water flowing down the Red River. This, in turn, led to flooding downstream in the Red River Delta. The combination of heavy rainfall, dam releases, and the region's topography caused the Red River to overflow its banks, leading to widespread flooding in the region. The flooding was particularly severe in densely populated areas close to the river, where many people lost their homes and livelihoods, and thousands lost their lives. Hanoi and Red River Delta flood had significant implications for Vietnam, both in terms of its immediate impact on the region and its long-term effects on the country's approach to flood management and disaster preparedness. In the short term, the flood resulted in a significant loss of life and damage to infrastructure, homes, and agriculture. The Vietnamese government and international organizations launched a large-scale relief effort to provide aid to affected communities and help them recover from the disaster. In the long term, the 1971 flood had several important implications for Vietnam's approach to flood management and disaster preparedness. The disaster highlighted the need for better infrastructure and flood control measures, including the construction of dams and levees and the development of early warning systems. The flood also emphasized the importance of community engagement and preparedness in disaster management, and many Vietnamese communities have since developed their own disaster management plans and strategies. The Hanoi and Red River Delta flood is still remembered in Vietnam as a significant event in the country's history, and it has influenced flood management and prevention efforts in the region to this day. This was the video. Please like and subscribe on the channel to support me making these videos. I see you next time.